Welcome to this video on atmosphere in literature. In this lesson, we will understand what atmosphere means, how writers create it, and why it is important in stories, novels, poems, and dramas. By the end of this video, you will be able to identify atmosphere in any text easily. Definition of atmosphere. Atmosphere refers to the emotional feeling or overall mood that surrounds a scene or an entire literary work. It is the emotional environment created by the writer. To explain simply, when we read a story and we feel something, like fear, suspense, joy, sadness, mystery, that feeling is the atmosphere. Example: Wuthering Heights creates a gloomy and wild atmosphere. Gothic novels create a dark and mysterious atmosphere. Comedies often create a light and cheerful atmosphere. Imagine walking into an old, abandoned house. The feeling you get instantly is the atmosphere. Origin of the term. The word atmosphere originally belongs to science, meaning the air surrounding the Earth. Later, around the 18th century, writers began using the word to describe the emotional air around a literary scene. By the 19th century, especially during the Romantic and Gothic periods, writers started focusing on atmospheric writing to create strong emotional effects. So, atmosphere as a literary term developed slowly but became very important during the Romantic, Victorian, and Modernist periods. Historical context and development. Early influence. Classical period. Greek drama used lighting, torches, masks, and chorus tone to create mood, though the term atmosphere was not yet used. Aristotle indirectly discusses mood under the idea of pathos in Poetics. Medieval and Renaissance. Miracle plays, morality plays, and Shakespeare used storms, King Lear, darkness, Macbeth, eerie sounds to create atmosphere. Romantic period. Major turning point. Romantics emphasized emotion, nature, and subjective mood. Poets like Wordsworth, Coleridge, and Keats used landscapes to create atmosphere. Gothic literature flourished. Frankenstein, The Castle of Otranto, Dracula, etc. Victorian period. Novelists like Dickens used settings plus social conditions to create atmosphere. Example: foggy London in Bleak House equals corruption and confusion. Modernism and beyond. Atmosphere became central in stream of consciousness novels, existential literature, psychological realism. Writers began using fragmented imagery, symbolism, and interior monologue. Features of atmosphere. Atmosphere is created using many tools. Let's look at the major features. 1. Setting. Where and when the story happens. Example: a lonely beach at night creates a different atmosphere from a busy marketplace. 2. Weather and nature. Storms, rain, sunlight, wind. Example: rain often creates a sad or reflective atmosphere. 3. Imagery. Details we can see, hear, smell, touch, or taste. Sensory images help readers feel the environment. 4. Diction. The writer's word choice. Harsh or dark words create fear. Soft words create calmness. 5. Tone of narration. Serious, funny, mysterious. 6. Symbolism. Objects or settings with deeper meanings, like ravens or shadows. 7. Sound effects. Rhythm, silence, alliteration, background noise. 8. Character behavior. How characters move, speak, or react. Types of atmosphere. Writers create different types of atmosphere depending on the story. Some common types are dark and eerie, used in Gothic fiction. Romantic or dreamy, used in Romantic poetry. Tense or suspenseful, used in thrillers and mysteries. Joyful and festive, used in comedies. Melancholic or sad, used in elegies or tragedy scenes. Each type of atmosphere affects the reader differently. Functions of atmosphere. Why do writers create atmosphere? Because it plays an important role. It prepares the reader for what will happen next. It builds tension, excitement, fear, or curiosity. It supports the theme of the work. It helps in foreshadowing events. It deepens emotional connection with characters. It makes scenes more realistic and memorable. Atmosphere is like background music in movies. Without it, the scene feels empty. Major practitioners of atmospheric writing. Some writers are masters at creating strong atmosphere. Edgar Allan Poe, king of dark, eerie atmosphere. Emily Brontë wild, gloomy landscapes. Charlotte Brontë psychological and Gothic atmosphere. Thomas Hardy, tragic, melancholic rural atmosphere. Charles Dickens, atmospheric city scenes. Mary Shelley, dark, scientific Gothic mood. Modernists like Virginia Woolf used atmosphere to show inner thoughts. These writers shaped the way we understand atmosphere today. Atmosphere versus mood versus tone. This is very important for exams. Atmosphere equals feeling created by the setting, imagery, weather, etc. Mood equals the feeling that the reader personally experiences. Tone equals the writer's attitude toward the subject or character. Simple trick. Atmosphere is external, tone is author's attitude, mood is reader's feeling. Quick revision points. Let's revise. Atmosphere equals emotional environment of a scene, created through setting, imagery, diction, weather, tone. Important in Gothic and Romantic literature. Masters: Poe, Brontë sisters, Dickens, Hardy. Helps in creating suspense, fear, sadness, joy. Different from mood and tone. In drama, lighting and sound also create atmosphere. In poetry, imagery and rhythm are key. This is enough for quick last-minute revision. MCQs. Here are some common exam questions. 1. Which genre relies most on atmospheric writing? Answer: Gothic literature. 2. Who is known as the master of eerie atmosphere? Answer: Edgar Allan Poe. 3. Pathetic fallacy contributes to what? Answer: atmosphere, because it uses nature to reflect emotions.